This is Record Royale, where we throw two albums into the ring with one another and see which one comes out on top.
I couldn't actually go to Dubbo Zoo back years ago because there was like a murderer on the loose or something like that.
Oh yeah, Malcolm Naden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know all about him, don't worry.
I was so cut as well.
He was loose in Orange. And when I was at school, I went to school in Bathurst, and we heard on the news, I was like year 9 or something, because he escaped a couple times. And this is one of the escapes. Or I don't know, maybe he didn't escape. He was just on the run for like years and years. And they found him in Orange somewhere.
Yeah.
And everyone at school was like, "Oh, he's fucking in your house, mate." We were all so
At
scared.
Orange Way.
I remember I was camping at Barrington Tops,
Yeah.
like very,
stuff.
very, Polies, very close to near where he got caught, like a month later. And I was like,
Well, he
You
used
get
to
the
hide in
rummage
people's.
through your cell.
He would hide in people's basements.
That's so fucking scary.
That's crook.
Fuck
Is he in
that.
jail now or is he dead?
Yeah. He's jail. They got him.
He's gone.
Locked him
All
up
right,
good.
that's the most perfect intro to the podcast ever. We're starting right now. Here we go. 39, baby. We're here. How are you, boys?
Yeah, good.
Hey, boys.
Yeah, boys.
We're not just here. It's not just the three of us today. We have a guest. It's our first guest in freaking ages.
Yeah, young.
It's our first guest of 2021. Benny McIntyre from Rum Jungle.
Hey, boys.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you doing, Benny?
Pretty good. Winning. Josh was supposed to be here, but
Yeah.
couldn't make it.
Yeah.
All good. That's all right.
Unfortunately, we're one man down. Josh, guitar player of Rum Jungle, unfortunately, couldn't be here, but it's all good.
It's all
We got
good.
Benny. Thanks for being here, mate.
Cheers for
Yeah,
having
thanks
us on,
for coming
boys.
on, pal.
Loving it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked you chose these two bands / albums because it's definitely the most talked about, rivalry or subject of band competition ever. Beatles or Stones.
Heaps.
Beatles or Stones. That's what we're going today.
I can't believe we'd never even thought to do it for some reason.
Yeah, I know. It should have been the first one.
It checks
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
It's the easiest. Yeah.
I'm excited to see who's going to come out on top.
Yeah,
Yeah, me
me
too.
too.
Because I thought
Pretty
it was,
intrigued.
I thought, because I've been listening to them heaps this week, and I had a pretty clear idea of what I was thinking, but this week's completely changed my whole
Hey,
thoughts on
it does
everything.
that. Hey,
Yeah.
I've had that a lot of times with like albums on the pod where I've gone in thinking, oh, this is not even close, and then I come out and the other one's better. Because
Yeah.
like listening to the albums, like to actually listen and
Yeah.
analyze them, it's so much different. Just like chill and be like, fuck, this song's so good, and then you
So
listen to it and you're like, see, it's not that good.
No. Yeah.
Or like vice versa. It happens a lot.
Definitely.
Happens a lot.
Absolutely.
Hey, Benny, were these two bands like your go-to bands forever, or have you just like got into them recently?
No, I think the Beatles was maybe only like a couple of years ago, and the Stones only heaps recently. But the Beatles was like my dad would always play it, and Dad's a Beatles fan, and Mum's a Stones fan. So that was the
True.
But I never
Wow.
always took Dad's
State
side.
of origin.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But yeah,
I'll
I've
say
only
that.
been listening to them for like a couple of years now. But I don't know. It's just the kind of band that you can get like obsessed with because it's like there's so much
Yeah.
content, and it's
a
like
big lore.
yeah, exactly. Like the whole story behind it.
Anthology.
Absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Actually, that was when Josh
Yeah.
first moved in here. We literally watched the Beatles anthology like
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
every night, and it was so good. And I think
Yeah.
that's probably what it did it for us.
Nice.
Yeah, there's so much history. Even just like when I was looking up the facts, I was like, this is too much. I don't want this. I just want the basic stuff. It was hard. It was actually hard to find the minimalistic, like, brief summary of the band.
Impossible.
There's
But
so many
it's-
good videos as well.
So many.
So
I didn't
much-
realise,
YouTube's full of it.
Looking at it today, just looking at the Spotify, that they release pretty much every album like every year.
Yeah,
They were only a band for like 10 years.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, not
and
even.
That's like, yeah, it's the most
Yeah.
insane thing ever.
And
crazy.
every album is like so big.
So
Yeah.
this album was their 12th album, and they
That's
split
crazy.
up a month before it was released.
Yeah.
So they split up in April of 1970.
It's insane.
So they were a band for 10 years, if that.
Crazy.
It's absurd. And they
Full of
stopped.
songs.
I was also going to mention this later. I'll just mention it now. They stopped like touring in '66.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
So
like
they only had 6 years of playing shows, and then they were like, "Yeah, I'm good. Let's not
Yeah.
do this again. Let's just."
They were
ride."
too big.
they
They
were
were too
yeah.
big
way
to play
too big.
shows.
Like you see the videos of them playing anywhere live, and it's just actually mayhem.
Yeah.
Like
It's chaos.
They
true
said they couldn't
chaos.
hear themselves play.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine that
Oh,
from all the fandom.
be a nightmare.
Can you
I
imagine
reckon.
if they, you know how bands do like massive comeback tours? Obviously, for obvious reasons, the Beatles cannot do that. But
But
can
the
you
Rolling
imagine
Stones
if
have
they
done
were
it.
all alive? Yeah, like imagine the shows.
It'd break the world, I reckon.
Hmm.
Simply,
You could get 1 million people to a show.
easily,
Easy.
easily.
It was like
Ooh.
when AC/DC played at the MCG. Have you seen them videos? They're
No.
insane.
That'd be
Yeah.
epic.
It's like packed. It's packed to the rafters.
I'm pretty sure Paul McCartney holds the record for attendance, like himself.
surely.
It's
Just
like
for
a million
show.
people or something. Like
Like in one
ridiculous.
singular show.
Yeah,
That's insane.
it's like it was a free show in like a. I'm pretty sure you know how there's that Metallica one where it's like
Oh, in Moscow, yeah.
yeah, it's like above that.
That is-
It's like the one
Really?
above that.
that
That's the
one. The
best
Metallica
video.
one is insane. It's literally
That's
Yeah.
the
Like
funniest video.
500,000 people. I
Yeah.
think people
Yeah.
died. People died at that.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I just looked it up. Do you want to guess who's apparently had the most people to show? Because
oh,
You're not
it's
gonna
is it Rod Stewart?
it's Rod Stewart.
Yeah,
Isn't it
yeah.
all like on
Copa-
a Brazilian beach or
Copacabana
something?
Beach in '94.
And then
3.5 million people.
Paul McCartney second.
No, so the Moscow one is next.
Ah, right.
1991, 1.6 million.
Oh
That's
my God.
crazy.
Where's McCartney? I'm pretty sure. I always thought he was in the top 3.
Maybe I don't know. This website could be wrong, but yeah, that's too many people.
They're
A lot of
all
people
they're all
died.
hard to tell though. I read into it once and it was like
Yeah,
Hmm.
they were all free shows.
Right.
yeah.
So
yeah,
like
the largest one was on a beach, so you could have
yeah,
keep going.
but also they have no
Biggest beach
idea
in the
because
world.
they don't have tickets. So
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
insane.
I
guess. Wow.
AC/DC played that Moscow one as well.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
What a lineup.
Akadaka.
Akadaka, when are we doing them on the pod?
I had to listen to it like last night when it was pretty good.
Akadaka.
Yeah. Back in the
Yeah.
Bon Scott days, they were kind of heavy. Hey.
It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Is such a good track.
Yeah.
Such an actual
Classic.
good track.
A true classic.
Hey, real quick, Benny, you boys, Rum Jungle boys, been busy in the studio. Can you dish any deets? Any details?
Yeah, we've been pumping out recordings every month at Lake House with Simon. He's the best bloke in the world. Yeah, but hopefully we've got some new stuff really, really soon. We're just trying to get it just finished completely. I think we just need to get one of the tracks mastered and then we're good to go.
Nice.
How many tracks did you do?
Well, a
It's
couple.
confidential.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that's absolutely
confidential.
confident. Yeah, case
I
closed.
reckon I
Call
ask
cops.
everyone that, and everyone has the same reaction. They're like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Don't tell it." It's all good."
We've
Tell
got a
later.
few out of people. We got
Yeah.
Sputnik told us.
Yeah,
for
we
some reason.
did. We just straight up did.
For some
Dan said-
reason.
Dan
some
said-
stupid
Dan
reason.
from Dan from Columbus Waxflower, but about Waxflower, told us like his whole shit, and it was like, "Oh, actually, no, you got to edit that out."
Yeah.
I was
Wait,
like,
really?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah. Well, we got one
yeah,
like
that's cool.
hopefully in like a month or so, and
Nice.
then, maybe a few after that. Pretty soon after that. Who knows?
Sounds
Sick.
good.
Where'd you say you recorded?
Lake House audio. It's on the sunny coast, like in the entrance, I think.
Oh yeah,
So
Cool.
good. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's heaps cool.
Yeah.
Central Coast. They have heaps of good. What's the
Is-
other one? The big one? The Grove?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Grove. Yeah.
Did they do Keep?
Yeah.
When-
That was.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that he did. Keep was the first one that we did with him. And it was just like, yeah, it's just like one room with a vocal booth to the side as well, and the drums in there as well. But he just gets it to sound insanely good. I don't
all you
know.
need.
Master on the computer.
It's crazy. A true genius.
That's great. That's really cool. All right, let's get into the albums we got here. So we're doing the Beatles, Let It Be, and the Rolling Stones, Let It Bleed. Also, real quick, did you choose these two because they kind of sounded similar as well?
Yes, because
Yes.
I wanted to do a Beatles album, and then I was like, that's the only one that you could probably put it up against is the Rolling Stones, and then I had to kind of figure out which ones do you actually put together? Because if it was Sgt. Pepper's, then unfortunately the Stones have nothing on that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
half of their albums
Facts.
you probably wouldn't be able to.
yeah,
All right, cool. As I said before, I I got this Beatles fact down to the bare bone. All right, so they formed in Liverpool in 1960, as we said. If you haven't heard these names before, come on. John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, Ringo Starr. Let It Be was their 12th album. As I said before, it came out on the 8th of May, 1970, about a month after they split up, I think, for the last time. Produced by Phil Spector. He did all the Beatles members' works, or not all of them, or like a lot of them after this, so their individual stuff. And also did a Leonard Cohen album. Fun little fact. 3 singles, Get Back, Let It Be, and then The Long and Winding Road and For You Blue were released together. The album was number 1, as expected, in the States, the UK, Australia, and pretty much everywhere else. And I also wrote, as I said before, their last show was in 66, because I read that and I was like, I did not know that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did they just stop touring and then just buckle down and write the White Album?
Does that include the rooftop
They played
one?
that one
No,
show,
so that
yeah.
they played that rooftop show just after or before this album came out. Let It
Well,
Be.
Yeah, it was
the
like
second-
before this album.
The second track was recorded in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
their last like concert, like full on actual like tour and show and stuff was 4 years before
Right.
they split up, which is ridiculous.
Insane.
Anyway, the Stones, the Rolling Stones, baby, 1962. They're from London. Let It Bleed was their 8th studio album, so also incredibly like efficient with their. That's all they did. Just pump out albums.
They're making
This was
so much
released
money.
on-
Everything,
would.
yeah.
Yeah, the 5th of December, 1969 by Decca Records. Produced by Jimmy Miller. He did a few other Stones records, Motorhead and Primal Scream, other bands he worked with, which is like
Cool.
pretty cool. Yeah, kind of cool. So Let It Bleed and You Got the Silver were released as a single, but only in Japan, I read.
True.
So
Why is
not
Japan
sure.
getting all them exclusive?
I know.
And
So
wait,
jealous.
so they were the only 2 singles.
Well, I think so. Well, from what I can see, I probably didn't look hard enough if I'm wrong, but
And can't
can't
always get what you want wasn't
what
a
it
single. That's
well, it could have been.
Yeah,
And maybe it
that's
just wasn't
crazy.
like an official. Because I'm just going off like official, like
yeah.
label release singles. I could be wrong.
No,
Touching on
you're
the
probably
Japan
not. That's just
thing.
crazy.
On the Japan thing, I swear every like punk rock band in the 2000s always had a Japan like hidden track
Yeah.
on their album, only for Japan's vinyl copies or CDs.
So lucky.
So funny.
Collector's items.
Yeah, it went to 1 in the UK, 3 in the US, and 2 in Australia. The album, I didn't know they did this, but the album was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame. So just the album. I'm sure the band is as well. And I added it because it was funny. Rolling Stone magazine's 41st best album of all time. The Rolling
Decent.
Stones.
Interesting.
That list of Rolling Stones best album, the Beatles are in there like 6 times in the top 20.
I read there was the top 500 songs. I think Keith Richards. So I don't think it was always because I think he did like a fair bit of the writing. Wasn't always necessarily Mick as well. And he has like 18 songs in the top 500 songs of all time.
Crazy.
By the Rolling Stones. Rolling Stone
I
magazine.
think, yeah, Rolling Stones and collaborating with others as well.
Yeah. That's
Pretty
Well
crazy.
played.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Let's smash through the
elements.
I want to ask you off the bat, Benny. Is this where would you rank this from like a 1 to 12 of your Beatles albums, or like core Beatles albums?
Oh,
It's like you said before, you chose this because it wasn't as strong.
yeah. I don't know. I reckon. I don't know. I don't know where I'd put it exactly in my ratings, but I mean, like Sgt. Pepper's has got to be the best. Magical Mystery Tour is a close second, maybe even a contender for first.
Really?
Call the Cops.
Whoa.
Call the cops.
Yeah.
What?
Cops, I don't
care.
And
That's bold.
but then again, Abbey Road. I'm gonna get too deep into this. I don't
And
know.
White Album and
What?
Revolver.
I don't know. Okay,
I think
Revolver. Awesome.
Everyone has their favorites, I think.
Yeah.
I'm
Are you a fan of the
Revolver
White
guy
Album, Adam?
For sure.
White Album first.
What?
Then, yeah. Yeah, White Album first, then Sgt. Pepper's, and then Revolver. And then Abbey Road probably after that.
Abbey
And then
Road,
this is like,
12.
this is not really up there for me.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I reckon this one's got like some incredible tracks, but then it's
Yeah.
also got some bang average ones.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
it
at the
does.
same time.
I think this is
Yeah.
their least conceptual album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't this... They were doing this album and then like John quit or something. No, there was talks of them
they hated
quitting,
each
and
other.
then
George quit.
but then then they
No,
went over
and then John
and did Abbey Road,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
so,
put that out.
yeah, because this one they recorded this one before Abbey Road, but then
And it
put
kinda
this
got
one out
lost.
last.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was originally called like Get Back,
Yeah,
just based off that. But then it just all got cooked around. I think that's part of the reason that it's just so
yeah.
choppy. But
And I heard they did want to try and come back and play some live shows. That's why there is a few like straight up kind of blues rock,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
similar to
so
their earlier stuff. There's
I think-
there's 8-bar blues in this, like classic
yeah,
Chuck Berry
Well,
shit.
Digger
There's,
Pony was on that show on the rooftop.
oh,
Cool.
Like
I
that
love-
recording
I need
on
to
the
watch
album is actually them playing it live, which I
That
thought
song's
was,
so sick.
that blew my mind.
It's
'cause
crazy.
It's so tight.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
insanely tight, and they've got like the false start and everything at the start
Yeah.
of it as well. I didn't actually
Yeah.
know that, but that's
Crazy.
crazy.
Genius. Thank you, Genius. Keep sponsoring us, please.
Genius.
Please,
Hey,
Genius.
They get their return. Yeah, sponsor money. Yeah, I read that I think McCartney wanted to go back to like more of a live band sound, and that's why on this they did. Did you know that Paul McCartney put out "Let It Be Naked" in 2003,
Yeah,
which was like a remastered version of the album without some like overdubs and like different tracks even.
yeah, because it was like
he put it out under his own name.
I think it's still under the
Ah.
Beatles, but he like
Well, it's
Yeah,
only
would
him
be
wanted
and
to put it
Ringo
out,
that
yeah.
are around.
because it was
Yeah.
Phil Spector, the guy who produced it, like without, and this was like a massive thing that McCartney was heaps angry about. Like Phil Spector put in like all of the like orchestra and like choir and stuff like that in heaps of the tracks, like Long and Winding Road.
True.
I liked it though.
Yeah, I
yeah,
liked
well,
it.
that's I really
Yeah.
like it, and it's like it still went to like number one, but it's like McCartney was just heaps pissed off for that because he was like, I didn't want like choir
wanted
and
to be
stuff in
raw.
that track, and
True.
I reckon, but I kind of prefer how it is just with the choir and everything like that. I reckon
That's the best thing about the like Beatles is the grand scale of it. I
Yeah,
think a lot of the
for
time.
sure.
Like, oh no, not all the time actually. All their early really simple stuff was great as well, but like in the later end of the catalog, just like how grand it sounds.
So
Yeah.
grand, true.
Yeah. Whereas you get that a little bit on the Rolling Stones album, but not like they're still a blues band,
Yeah,
Yeah,
heaps.
but
That's
they're
still
just
rock and roll,
so
right?
much
There's-
wilder.
There's a lot of choir like aspects on the Rolling Stones album though.
Mm.
Only on the last track, really.
There's
Yeah.
a few
Oh,
like,
and Gimme Shelter, but that's just the
Yeah.
one female singer.
yeah, that's true.
But that's
That
Which
song is
goes
so
off.
good.
Oh,
That doesn't even sound like a Rolling Stones song.
it
Yeah,
sounds
like,
amazing.
yeah, it does. I reckon.
It's like I don't know. Like it's every time I think Rolling Stones,
I didn't know it was them. Hey,
Can't always get what you want.
Yeah.
That's
It doesn't.
I reckon that's their best track.
yeah,
Gimme
I think
Shelter.
so.
Gimme Shelter.
Followed
like,
by
Pretty great.
I think
Can't always get what you want.
I think it's Mary Clayton that does that, the backups or like the
Yeah.
second vocal in the end, and it goes off like
Yeah.
it goes so hard.
I was saying to the boys when you first picked these ones, I don't know if you've watched many like Martin Scorsese films, but Gimme Shelter plays in every single one of them.
Oh,
and
true.
It's always when like shit starts to go down, because they're always like mafia movies when like when the plot's coming together.
Yeah,
Gimme
yeah,
Shelter
yeah.
always comes on, and you know shit's gonna get crazy.
I think wait, is Goodfellas Scorsese or am I cooking it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that he uses Monkey Man. I
Monkey
think.
Man as
is that
well,
what it
yeah.
is? Monkey Man, yeah.
Yeah.
Also a track goes
That
off.
song's so funny. Alright.
It's ridiculous. They're just like
My
they're just
favorite
like-
line: "I'm a cold Italian pizza." I laughed out
Genius.
loud. That's just so funny.
lyrical genius.
Hey, 'cause when I got to like those few last songs, like after Let It Be, Let It Bleed, and I went through Monkey Man, I was like, what the fuck? And I didn't even realize You Can't Always Get What You Want was on this album until it just played. I was like,
Yeah.
why is this the last track? I mean, it's epic, but I was like,
That's why.
yeah,
like,
I
best
didn't even
opening
know
and
it just
ending.
came on.
Oh yeah, I was gonna. I reckon Let It Bleed, like just as an album, like track listing wise, and the way that it just like starts and finishes and everything in between feels like heaps good and seems heaps good to me. But then Let It Be does kind of feel like Let It Be by the Beatles is like it's heaps choppy, where it's just like, oh, we'll just toss
Yeah.
that song here and there and here and there, like
It's
Yeah,
very
I'd say Let It
un-Beatles-like.
Bleed's
yeah,
like more of an
exactly.
album.
For sure. But
Yeah, I
the
agree.
Beatles do like they've always been like genre hopping in middle of albums. and
Yeah,
stuff.
but
That's
like
well.
true. Yeah.
They still, yeah. They still
But
feel more
it's very,
Korean
very
than the ones.
apparent in this album.
there's
Mm.
yeah,
But
there's
that being
more
said,
flow
like-
with their older stuff.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Like Across the Universe kind of sticks out like a sore thumb, but that is
Yeah.
still such a nice song.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was on this album for some reason. I always just like, I don't know where I thought it was, but it sounds
Mm.
like it.
Well,
Well,
you
it
probably
sounds like
wouldn't
it
put
should
it
be on
there.
White Album, really.
Mm.
Like the super druggy phase.
mm,
I would say besides that
Tats.
song, this album is such a McCartney album.
Yeah.
definitely.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, because John, when they were putting it all together by the end, I think John was way out of the picture. So
Yeah,
Mm.
and that's his only like little
yeah,
thing in there.
and that's
Yeah,
why
all,
Across
all
the Universe,
best tracks are
yeah,
Paul songs.
Definitely.
and that's why it sounds a bit Across the Universe sounds a bit like unfinished because he's
Yeah.
probably not around to redo the takes and stuff.
Yeah,
So
weird
but-
little standout that I think I'd heard it before, but I just only in passing maybe. But I Me Mine,
Mm.
that song's
George Harrison
weird,
track?
it's so good.
I mean,
it's so good.
Is awesome. They're like
The chorus, how it changes up.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
really unexpected melody. I love it, eh?
I reckon
Me
coming.
too.
Sorry.
Heaps crazy, but I reckon it was maybe the first ever Beatles song I heard.
Really?
I mean, mine.
I well like can remember hearing and being like, that's a good song. So I would have had to be at least like 12 or 13.
It was vague. I recognized it, but only vaguely. I'd like,
yeah, heaps random.
yeah. There you go.
Coming out of
Mm.
like Across the Universe and then into that, like it's like the keys and the like riff going on, and you're like, yes,
Yeah.
straight into it. And it's so like
So
I don't know, because it's like because Digger Pony's recorded on that rooftop, and then that one kind of feels like it's been studio recorded heaps
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
I mean, mine. I mean,
It's got some crazy good guitars on it as well. George Harrison's guitars on those.
oh,
Yeah.
That
the
track
best.
especially is nuts.
The
What type
guitar
of-
work
yeah.
on both albums holds up so well.
oh,
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like,
I don't know how the Rolling Stones did that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually
I'm doing the
It's-
Two Truths later, and I read a lot of facts, and they did so many drugs. Like
Oi.
actually, like they were all full junkies
you,
when this
you,
album came out. Like full heroin junkies. How did they do this?
I don't know. I truly don't. Yeah, like
And
Keith-
how did they pump out an album a year? It's almost fishy. They might be fake. Starting a
Ghost
conspiracy
writing.
theory because there's no way.
Keith didn't like used to sleep, or like he would literally stay up for like days and days and days just writing, and he'd be in the studio, and he would just be working on tracks, and the rest of like everyone else would just go home, and then a couple of hours later they'd come back in and they'd had a sleep and had their breakfast and everything, and he was just still going.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Crazy. Truly
absolutely insane.
Crazy
Workhorse.
guys.
Oh, yeah,
Songs
Paul
like-
McCart-
Yeah.
Paul McCartney died, and then they got an actor to play him.
Yeah,
That's what
That's the
happened.
truth, and I won't hear anything else.
Funniest rumor of all
Such
time.
a, have you guys watched the YouTube video on it?
Craziest
Nah.
conspiracy.
It's like, is Paul McCartney dead? Doom. No, and then
Alive.
She's So Heavy starts playing the down, 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 down. So
I
funny.
haven't seen that actually. Yeah.
I want you. Dun, dun, dun. So funny. I love that
I
song.
want you so bad.
Yeah,
That's
what were you going
actually-
to say, Adam? You were talking some.
I can't remember now. Oh,
Yeah.
Midnight
Midnight
Rambler.
Rambler. That track, I thought I passed over that initially,
Mm.
and I was like, "Oh, it's kind of good," but there's like a fair bit of blues going on, and I think I just like skipped it the first couple times because it was long. But I shouldn't have because it gets pretty crazy at the end. And then when I looked into it,
Oh,
and it's about the Boston Strangler,
it's crazy.
Wow.
the lyrics in it are so dark. Like they're-
Yeah, I didn't
and
realize
just
what
had
the
no
lyrics
idea.
were either, and
What
I
is
like
is the Boston Strangler just like a
Yeah, like a serial
strangler.
killer.
must
like an
have- yeah.
actual? Yeah. When was this? In the 60s or something?
Yeah, like just before it as well,
Damn,
which is
that's
pretty
too
bold.
real.
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, yeah. The
Crazy
the Stones, I swear, seem to write like so much more. Maybe vulgar isn't the right word, but just like way more heavy things, and it's like especially like Let It Bleed. Some of the stuff they say on that, it's just like,
Hey,
what are you
That
doing?
song is the
Vulgar-
horniest song I've ever
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah.
Vulgar is
So-
the right word.
It's
Wait,
insane.
did you write
So
any
horny.
of them down, Adam?
Huh?
Did you write any of the lyrics down?
I don't know if we can say them.
Just yeah, I don't know. Eh?
No.
no
like
good.
I can't remember any
Sus,
right
eh?
now, but he like come on me.
Yeah,
He says that repeatedly.
Truly unbelievable.
No good.
And
No.
and it's like then you get the Beatles, and it's like when they said in, I think it's Day in the Life, like, you can turn me on or something like that. They were like, oh my God, like, can we do that? And then there's the Rolling Stones doing Let It Bleed, and it's like, what?
Just straight up
Going
saying
on?
"come."
No good.
Even like not even like the obvious lines like that. Like one of the line in the song "Let It Bleed" was like, "It's just so cooked. I was dreaming of a steel guitar engagement when you drunk my health in scented jasmine tea, but you knifed me in my dirty, filthy basement with that jaded, faded, junkie nurse. Oh, what pleasant company."
Yeah.
Jesus.
I read into that, and they reckon it's about either his or Keith's girlfriends who were both heroin junkies with them.
Right.
Yeah.
That checks
No
out.
good.
Man.
Crazy.
On-
But I
on
respect it as well.
Yeah. On that note, should we get into the segments?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Have a
Let's
go.
do it. On that lovely verse written by Jagger or Richard. Let's do Get Inked.
Get inked.
All right. We're making tattoo designs from the lyrics or something from the albums. Benny, would you like to go first?
Oh, mine suck, boys. Unfortunately,
Me too.
Ours do every week.
I'm actually trying to remember what I was singing. I have. They're just off song titles.
Yeah.
I don't know which one to do first because they're both shit. Unfortunately,
Just wait to hear mine.
but
They'll probably be good.
one of them, and I don't know where you'd put it, is it called Monkey Man? Is that the? I keep thinking it's called I'm a Monkey.
Monkey Man.
Monkey Man,
Monkey
yeah.
Man.
And it's just Keith Richards on like a vine swinging. Not Keith Richards, Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger's head on a monkey swinging on a vine, maybe on
That's
your
so good.
chest or your stomach.
That's
Then-
good. It's kind of similar to one of mine as well. All right, what's your Beatles one?
This one is rancid, unfortunately, but the long and winding road. So you get you start the road on your middle finger, and then it goes up your hand, and then it wraps around your arm, and then there's a door on your shoulder.
Benny. That's great.
Sorry about that, boys.
Awesome. That's kind of good. I reckon
inspiring.
someone probably has something like that as well.
Yeah, that was good.
I really hope not.
Nah,
But then,
sweet.
like, between all the roads is like other Beatles tats. It's just like a Beatle arm,
Okay,
but it's got
Wait,
a long and winding road in the middle of
that's
it.
actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
That is good. I'll get mine out of the way because they're shit. Beatles song. This one is not funny, not creative, and just awful. So the song title "Dig a Pony." This.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh man. All right. So it's just John Lennon with a shovel riding a pony. Anyway, so for the Rolling Stone,
Ba-bow.
I did preface it by saying it wasn't funny or creative. Okay. That's a midnight Tuesday job. All right, Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want. The line, I saw her today at the reception, a glass of wine in her hand. Obviously the song, well, I'm pretty sure the song is referring to a wedding reception. But I just imagine like an old lady, like a primary school receptionist, like super angry, just like with a glass of red on her table. She's just like doing forms and shit as a tattoo.
As a tattoo.
As a tattoo, yeah.
Decent.
Yeah. Who wants to go next? Brad?
Okay. I was thinking, mine's off Dig a Pony as well. It just says the word moondog.
Fuck. Mine
So
too.
mine's pretty simple. And Adam might have it as well by the sound.
Yeah.
It was just a dog with like an astronaut helmet on.
That's
And
sick.
maybe a couple stars. Maybe like a little stick and poke action. One
That's
of that.
really good. Moondog,
Yeah.
band name.
Moondog. Moondoggy.
Actual perfect
Yeah.
band name.
For mine's off for the Stones, off the song Country Honk. I thought they were from America at the start, so I was gonna do a steering wheel of like a Mustang or something, and it's in the shape of America. But that doesn't really add up now because they're from the UK.
Oh, they're British,
they
but I would
lean-
say they're an American.
Heaps, yeah.
They're
Chicago
like very
Blues, they're
American for
all
British
Well, maybe that
bands.
does work. So, like a dude, like it's like a first person of a guy driving a car or Mustang, and the steering wheel's in the shape of the America, the
Decent.
US of A. Not too good, Not too good, but
It's pretty cool. It's a
Yeah.
cool concept.
yeah, maybe just
steering wheel,
an
the
actual
shape of the
steering
car.
wheel, not a tattoo of it. Maybe just get the steering wheel going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would be too practical.
Mm.
Nah,
Might be a
it wouldn't,
dangerous
would it?
steering wheel. That.
Be a bit sharp,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
I pick a Moondog as well, but I thought it would have like cartoon John Lennon like in a suit, and he has like a lead with the dog, but the dog's like Kang from The Simpsons, like he's green and he's got like big googly eyes,
Whoa.
but he's like a
Way better
little
than
dog.
That's awesome.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Yeah, yeah. I figured
Nice.
that'd be cool. And then for the Rolling, this is kind of dark actually. This is a little bit fucked, but I reckon someone already has it. So from the Midnight Rambler, because it's about the Boston Strangler, I thought like just two like hands around your neck, so like strangle. Be pretty hardcore. That'd be like
crazy tat.
I reckon that
Damn.
exists, and it would
Yeah.
look so threatening.
Definitely.
Would not want to bump into that guy.
Get it on your throat.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
hectic, Adam. That was
Thanks,
good. That
guys.
was great.
Nice.
Nice work. All right, let's do the ad. Alrighty, we're adding more songs to that giant playlist on Spotify. The Record Royale ads. All right, Benny, your two favorite songs, one from each album. What are they?
Okay. So hard, unfortunately. I reckon I'd probably do just because everyone already knows like Let It Be, Across the Universe, Long and Winding Road, Surely, and Get Back. But
Mhm.
I think, I think Two of Us is just got to be. It's just the happiest
The opener?
song.
Yeah.
How
So
good's
good.
It's the
the
nice
bridge in
opener.
that.
It's like amazing.
That like McCartney bridge is like
Mm.
unbelievable. I reckon.
Amazing. And I
It's a
think
beautiful song.
for Let It Bleed, I'm going with the second track as well, and it's Love in Vain. It's just so good. It's
Yeah.
I think the 3/4 timing in that, I don't know what it is about that timing, but every single song that has that, I am in love with, and
Yeah.
this one got
Yeah.
me as well.
And it's quite rare. You like if I hear a 3/4 timing, I'm like, fuck yeah,
Mm.
it's great. Yeah, cool. That is a cool song. I like that one. We spoke about it in length, but I had I Me Mine for the Beatles.
Yeah.
I think it's
Nice.
so good. Builds up really well as well, and it's different on this album. It
For
pops.
sure.
And then I went for like their biggest song. You can't always get what you want, just because I just wasn't expecting it, and it
does have
came
to
on.
be
And I
on
was
there.
like, damn,
There it
brilliant!
is.
I was so pleasantly surprised. And yeah, sorry I went for the classic, but it's a classic for a
Nah, you
reason.
got it.
Oh, you
Yeah.
do have to. It has to be
Yeah,
on there.
has to
Yeah.
be in there.
Bradley.
I'm probably gonna go the Long and Winding Road. I reckon.
Mm.
I think it's
Beautiful
like
track.
it's like it was their last number one, and it's like kind of sums up their career as the Beatles, I guess. And I think it's like one of my favorite like Paul ballads. I reckon
Yeah.
at least
It
like
is, yeah.
musically, like maybe not like lyrically, but at least like sonically, I would say it's my favorite.
Definitely.
Like
Yeah.
Hey Jude's like classic, but in
Mm.
terms of like the instrumentals and stuff, yeah, I'd say this one. I'm gonna go Gimme Shelter, Enough Salad. That song is just like weed and drugs captured into a song.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go that.
Decent.
And it's awesome.
For the Beatles, I'm gonna go. I'll go Across the Universe, even though it's a cop out. But that's like, I would say Let It Be, but I think Let It Be is kind of overrated.
I agree.
Fair enough.
I don't like it. Like people put that up with Hey Jude, and it's nowhere near, in my opinion.
That's
just
fair.
I agree. It's-
yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say that I like Across the Universe is just
Amazing.
beauty in a
Yeah.
song. I think that and While My Guitar Gently Weeps are like my two favorite Beatles tracks. So
Mm.
I
That's
think
fair enough.
I think Yesterday is my favorite Beatles track.
Yesterday's
True.
Also, yeah,
I think that could be
amazing.
the best
or something
written
Something's
song of all
amazing as well.
time.
So, yeah, something's up there as well. But
Yeah.
yesterday
Best
was
love
just
song ever. That is.
incredible.
What's yours, Benny? Heaps quick.
favorite
If you had to pick one.
favorite
Or a
Beatles
couple.
track?
Yeah, I'll pick a couple.
It'd probably be Something. I think,
Yeah.
and I'd probably change that if you let me talk for 5 more seconds. But that's
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give that answer, and I'll
yourself
be
into
happy with that.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Nice.
my Rolling Stones track, I'll go Monkey Man. Did anyone say Monkey Man already?
Great song.
No.
It's so good. It's crazy. That's a
So much
crazy track.
fun, I reckon.
So fun, but also just like good.
Absurd.
Very good.
Yeah.
Just good.
It's just good. That's a good track.
That's all we have to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hectic. I like it.
Right
Some
there.
great tracks in that playlist now, and we're moving on to Spocks and Spacks.
Everyone on your buzzers. Let's play
Spots and Stacks.
I'm so keen.
That's all right. Here we go. Brad's second time.
Bradley.
Brad's second time on the
You
big
done your
stage.
warm-ups?
All right. Yeah, we're gonna.
That's all right. All right, Brad. Tell the good people at home what you're doing.
Right. So I'm reading from this book. It's called 1001 Albums You Must Hear Before You Die.
Decent.
So I'm reading 3 songs, and you guys got to try and guess them. So first one, I'm reading from the only 10 I've given out on this podcast since I left you by the Avalanches. A little blurb about it.
Cool. All right. So these 2 songs are from 2 of the albums that we're doing today.
Yeah. Yep.
And the third is a wild card. All right, go, Brad.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yes.
We forget every week.
Buzzers.
We need our buzzers. I will stick with Awooga. Adam?
And I will stick with Show Me the Money.
All right, Benny. What do you want? What do you want yours to be?
I might go, Schwoops.
All right, great. All right.
I'll be doing a few
You buzz in
shorties
nice and loud.
on this, I reckon.
All right, Brad.
All right. Here we go. The prospect of a 6-man Australian DJ collective mixing together. A set that samples
Show Me the Money.
hormones,
Is it Let It Bleed?
turning
Ah, sorry.
coconuts.
Live With Me?
No.
Live With Me?
Can I buzz in?
Yep.
Get back?
Benny's got it. It was Get Back.
Hey.
I didn't even get to do the good bit. Oh well.
One to Benny.
One to Benny. Right, that's great because I was running out of melody. This
You only
one,
did like 2 lines.
yeah. This is hard. This is hard work.
Yeah, it really tests it.
Rightio. Let's have a quick listen to this next one. I shall be reading from. This is an album we haven't done, but I reckon we should. It is The Streets. A Grand Don't Come
yeah.
for Free. We should definitely
Whoa.
do that album because it's great. All right.
Gosh, she's fit, but don't you know it? Is that
Yeah.
song on it?
Yeah.
Classic. Boom, 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 boom. All right, Brad, you good?
No.
All right. You
Don't worry, it's going to sound fine. Everything's going to be
Right.
fine in the post. Let's have a quick listen.
We're so shit at this segment. Every week.
I love it.
I don't know.
So
I think
good.
I've been all right.
Me and Brad have sucked.
Nah, you guys have been going off. Spocks
To
and
be fair
Spacks.
though, when I've done it, I've sung songs that I've just known, like without having to listen to it.
Yeah, I
Alright,
can
here we
imagine
go,
it'd be
here we go.
hard.
We good?
We're good. Let's go,
Alright,
Brad.
let's go.
Song number 2.
All right.
Buzzer's ready.
Half of hip hop is part built on bitchin'. Too little respect, too little bling, too many guns. Too much hate.
Awooga.
A few musicians have
Awooga. I'm just gonna take a guess. Is it Country Honk?
Yes, it is. Thank
Oh.
you. It really was.
It is. Straight up guess.
I didn't even get to do the
Yes.
good bit.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
Thank
about
you.
Y'all
Thank you. No, it's
need.
fine. I can keep going.
that. Damn.
Nah,
Sing
but-
on.
Nice. That was great.
It felt like a Stones.
I was
song,
so
I
out of
gonna
key
say.
as well.
I was
That
trying to
great.
figure
No,
out.
it's
I
built
thought it
on-
might have
yeah,
been
I
Love
was-
is Pain, but I was wrong.
Oh, I was so close.
Sweet. I'm on the scoreboard, baby. All right,
That's good.
Adam needs this to tie. Me or Benny to
Right,
take the
yeah.
win.
So this one's from an album that we've done in the past on the pod. I'm reading from Parachutes by Coldplay.
Oh, cool.
Shout out to Bray for bringing that one in. All right. Oh,
a Coldplay
okay.
song, isn't
I
it?
need to practice this. This is we'll be right back. Was this part 1 of a skillfully conceived plan to become the first band since you two to conquer the home market and break America and brag the beautiful Oscar winning actress, by the way. Dun, dun, dun.
Schwoops.
Even the most. Yes, please. Maybe. Yeah.
I think, could be wrong, also
Yep.
is a bit of a guess. Is it an Oasis song, first off?
Oh, it's not.
It's not.
I thought it was going to be as well.
I thought it was.
Oh, you got to keep going, Brad. Sucks.
Yeah, keep singing. Keep singing.
I'm going from the start. I can't.
Just go.
Alright.
Oh.
What a segment.
Was this part one of a skillfully conceived plan to become the first band since you two to conquer the home market and break America and bag the beautiful Oscar winning actress along the way? Unlikely. And even most curiously, to Coldplay's debut album to prove there's not a trace
Awooga?
of cynicism.
Awooga?
Yeah,
Brad?
yeah.
Awooga? Is it Someday by the Strokes?
Oh, it's not at all.
Is it
I
not?
must be butchering this then. No.
Sure.
I
Has anyone got
can't
any
go
ideas? Should we
again,
throw
bro.
this out?
I'm really trying.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
Can I give you a hint?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Okay.
Then you got to sing it again.
Please.
It's off. Who'd we do it with? We did it with. Let's just say it's off the Arctic Monkeys' first album.
Okay.
Alright.
Ride van.
Oh, nah. I must be cooking.
Oh,
this
when
then.
the
I'm gonna-
sun goes down.
No.
Alright,
Right,
wait, give
sing
us
it one more
sing it
time.
again.
Sing it one more time.
One more try.
One more time, Brad.
Okay,
Here
here we go. Was this part of one of a skillfully
Schwoops.
Awooga.
plan to- Yeah.
Marty Bum.
Yes.
Marty
Thank
Bum.
God.
That's it.
Thanks, boy.
That was actually
Marty
perfect.
Bum.
I was just.
can I even claim that victory? Like, seriously.
My
Not
brain
really.
was too on Oasis and then the Strokes and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
beautiful stuff.
Look,
Far
though.
out.
I'll let the auto tune fix that one up because that was too good.
Yeah.
But thanks. Hey, well done.
Nice.
Well done to me as well. I'm gonna say.
Yeah, well done, Brad.
That was
That's full of
amazing.
adversity then. All right,
Yeah.
nice work. All right, let's move
All right.
on. Let's do 2 truths and a lie. All right, Adam, you got 3
Yeah.
statements for us. 2 are true, 1's a lie. We got to figure out which one it is.
So good.
What are they about this week?
All of these are about Keith Richards and his
Ooh.
crazy escapades.
Have you been reading Life?
No, but I have it. I have
You
it here,
should.
and I've never read it. And I read all of these off the internet, so I should. I feel like I want to read it now because it's. God, I read some crazy shit that I'm not even including here. But anyway, all right. First one. On the 1975 tour of America, Keith Richards and Ronnie Woods had secret areas for drugs on stage, and had a rule that they would have 1 bump of cocaine for every song. They also had lines of heroin hidden in the nooks of their amplifiers and smoked cigarettes laced with heroin called dirty fags. They were later arrested at a barbecue for drug possession, but they were released for a $100 bail.
Thank God.
Well,
Yeah,
Wait, that was just the first one?
that was the first one. Yeah. Okay. Whilst on tour in Australia, Keith found a local single mother who had a prescription for pharmaceutical cocaine and moved in with her for a week, looking after the baby while she was at work, even changing its diapers in exchange for drugs.
wow.
And his third one, since marrying his wife Patty in 1991, Keith has relocated to the country town of Western Connecticut and has taken up woodwork as a hobby while he's not touring the world, frequently working on wooden tables and chairs.
Is he sober now, or is he
Ish.
like?
Surely.
He's
invincible.
apparently
He's-
the only one out of the, well, like him and Mick. Mick's kind of just like, I think Mick's going out with like a 20-year-old right now. But after like
Really?
1991, Keith weirdly, yeah,
Sobered up. Wow.
except for that
He's
time that he snorted his dad's
77.
ashes.
He's 77. How's he not dead?
The Australian
crazy,
one
right?
sounds too good to be true. I'm a bit sus on that one.
Yeah,
That's
same.
awesome.
Also, the woodwork one, I think that must be true because if he was thinking of a lie, He wouldn't go tame like that. He would go crazy. He'd go crazy like he wouldn't go woodwork, settle down. Surely.
Ooh,
But
I
maybe
want
that's
that
maybe
first
that's
one
the
to be
play.
true. That's fucking hilarious. I reckon the first one is true.
first one's true. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. But you know, it's so you've done very well, Adam. Let's just
Yeah,
say
this
that.
is.
Yeah, it's good.
Thanks,
It's
boys.
good.
Yeah. I'm
No,
just
I
trying to
reckon
think
the
where you
first
could.
one's true. I reckon
Yeah,
the third one. I reckon the Australian one's a lie.
that's what I'm thinking as well. Like, I don't know where you would have found that.
I'm thinking.
That's just too ridiculous. How are you? No way. He could have got drugs another way. That's a lie. I'm locking in number 2, the Australian one.
I'm thinking that. Maybe the third one feels like a. It's just throwing us off because it is
Yeah,
so
true.
tame.
Okay, that one. And the first one, $100 bail. Like,
Was it because they were the Rolling Stones?
Yeah,
I mean,
there
I guess
I read like
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they got out of everything,
Everything, truly everything.
like everything they ever did.
And where was that at?
Same
was
with
that
the
in America?
Beatles. Just in America. Yeah.
Okay. So you're very quick to answer those questions. So I'm pretty sus on the first one now. I might go the first one.
I think
Locking
I'm
in 2
gonna.
still.
I think I'm gonna lock in 3.
Wow.
It's too
Alright,
tame.
Brad's
That
1,
doesn't sound like Keith
Benny's
Richards.
2. I'm 3.
All right. So on the 1975 tour of America, Keith and Ronnie Woods did have secret areas for drugs
There
on
you go.
stage, and they were arrested and released on $100 bail. So they were doing like 3 types of drugs during the gig, like in the gig.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I want to see videos of it because they had to
Yeah.
snort a bump every song.
Every song.
So they must have. It must be visible.
Yeah.
Surely.
We'll be back in 1 second.
I don't know. And that was
And
the
we're back.
At the
craziest
end of
part of
every
it was-
everyone walks off.
craziest part was that
guitar
they
change.
said that the rule was they could only have 1 bump of cocaine. So it wasn't you have to. It was you are only allowed to have 1 bump of cocaine per song, so that they didn't get too
So
far.
they didn't have more than that. Jesus.
Yeah. Whilst on tour in Australia, Keith did find a local single mother who had a prescription for pharmaceutical cocaine and did
Far
move
out.
in with her for a week, looking after the
Insane.
baby, and changed its diapers.
What the fuck?
Wow, way.
Since
Crazy.
and the last one was fake. Yeah.
So
he
where'd you
never-
come up with that?
He's still a crazy.
Where'd you come up with the
motherfucker.
woodwork?
What'd you say?
Where'd you come up with that little woodwork bit?
Just made it up.
Yeah, right. Very clever.
I looked
Checks
up. I
out.
saw that he lived in Western Connecticut, and I was like, "That sounds pretty tame. It's like a
Pretty-
tame place,
He'd probably be woodworking.
He also didn't
Okay.
get married in 1991.
didn't he?"
Make that up? It says 83 here.
Oh yeah. It was just making
Just
up
an
numbers.
extra layer to your life.
Yeah.
Well
There you
played,
go.
bro.
Who won there?
Benny.
Benny. Nice.
Nice, Benny.
Yeah.
Nice,
The,
boys.
I never get these right.
the thing in Australia was nuts. I read that and I was laughing for an hour.
Actually insane.
What year was that?
Hang on, I don't have it written down, but it was like I think it was pretty early on. Well, when you could still get pharmaceutical cocaine, so that still existed. So it was pretty early, and they were stuck. Like they'd finished the tour and like they were stuck in Australia for a week, like after it. So they weren't actually doing anything
that
else.
That makes more sense. Yeah.
And he just found this single mum and like was sleeping with her as well, obviously. And he said in his book, he was like, by the end of it, I was like just a true Australian husband. I was like, get me a drink, Sheila.
Oh my god.
And he was changing the diapers
My
while they were
God.
both just doing cocaine the whole time. And he was like, there's some poor Australian guy out there that doesn't know that Keith Richards wiped his ass when he was a baby.
Could be any of us.
I'm sure his mum told him when he grew
Yeah,
up.
Surely.
What a
Probably
claim
didn't
to
mention the
fame.
pharmaceutical cocaine.
Wow.
Probably her biggest ever. Well, it would be her biggest claim to fame.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, sick. All right, let's rate these albums. Out of 10, what are we going to rate them out of? 10 what for each?
Oh, I didn't think of this. Let's go
10.
for Beatles. We'll go Yoko Ono's. That's a fun word to
Yeah.
say. On Rolling
Yeah.
Stone, Lines of Coke.
Yeah, that seems fitting.
Nice.
All right, Benny, the guest kicks it off. Beatles,
Oh.
Let It Be, out of 10 Yoko Onos.
I'm heaps keen to know what you guys reckon. I reckon I might actually even have to talk myself into something.
Yeah, that's alright.
For
we
these
do that all the
ones.
time.
All
What are we
right,
doing
so
first?
I think
We on
Beatles.
Beatles?
Do
yeah,
just do
I'll go.
Beatles
I'll go
first.
the Beatles. I think that it's got so many highs that are truly amazing, but then there's also some parts where you kind of like not as into it. But then again, arguing with myself, I do kind of like those bits as well. But I think there's probably just too many good songs on there for me to not give it at least a 9.
Yep.
And yeah,
Go.
yeah,
Go, Benny.
I'm gonna aim high on that one.
Sick.
Or is it an 8, boys?
Hell yeah. All right, 9 Yoko Onos. I'm going to go and... I don't know, actually. It's definitely not as consistent and as compelling as the majority of their other albums. But compare this album to, like, 95% of albums, and it still wins every time. 9's too high for me. I think 7's too low, though. So I'm going to go 8. Like, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, 5, at least like 5 of these songs are everyone knows.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I use this reason, I used it with the Foo Fighters album. It's like, that album has so many hits. So does this one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to go 8. 8 feels pretty good.
Fair enough.
Brad?
Damn. I've got 8 as well. I just think, it even though the songs may not be as epic and classic as some stuff in their other albums, they're still heaps interesting and kind of like unpredictable. Even like that's classic Beatles. Like they're always swapping genres and themes. Didn't really even talk about Ringo, but he's like still the swingiest dude
The
in
best.
rock and roll.
So good. Just always
He's
what's
got so
needed.
much teas.
Yeah, that's Steve's that he's got on there.
He's got heaps of teas. So I think 8. Yeah, it's probably not in my top 5 Beatles albums, but it's still heaps good. And yeah, still a good listen. It's a great listen,
Great. Listen.
regardless.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow all you idiots on that one and say
Yeah.
8 as well. 8 Yoko Onos. Mainly, same reasons as you guys have mentioned. It's got a few like Beatles that are now like standards. Like if you have the pop book of standards, there's songs in there that are like so important to human history, but also it's really nowhere near their other work, I think.
Yeah.
This is probably like bottom 2 for me albums of the Beatles.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about my 9, and I wasn't too sure about it right after I gave it to
But
it.
it's still good.
It's still
They're
so
like-
good, though.
No,
You
like,
can't deny some of the tracks on this, like Long Winding
Yeah.
Road. Even Let It Be, even though I said it was overrated before, it's still like still a classic
yeah.
song.
If I wrote
Um,
that song, I could die tomorrow.
Yeah,
Mm.
Like,
but it just doesn't. It's almost like a greatest hits album. It just doesn't. It's just not like
yeah.
as because they're so conceptual on their other albums. I think.
Mm.
Yeah, great songs, but it's as an album, I give it an 8.
Everything we said just speaks volumes about how good.
How good they are.
Yeah, it's insane. If we were
Yeah.
speaking about any other album, it'd be like a 5 or a 6.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
These songs
Yeah.
are so good.
I reckon that's like,
Comparative.
that's such a thing where it's like I reckon it's maybe even a bad thing where it's like the Beatles effect where it's like, I actually probably reckon if a couple of these songs were any other band, I would be like, no, I don't know about this. But because it's the Beatles, it's just
And just
all of a
because
sudden
when
it's good.
and just the time it was written and
Yeah,
how
maybe.
well
All
it
that.
holds up. It's
Yeah,
just,
they were the
great.
first to do it.
Holds up so well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
You never
how well it
think
holds
like-
up.
You never listen to a Beatles song and go, "Oh, this is like familiar." Like it sounds like it's done before because it's actually everyone
first.
else has copied them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Um,
everyone.
Same.
So
Sick. Let's do Let It Bleed. Rolling Stones out of 10 lines of coke. Benny.
I didn't actually think that I would like this album as much as I ended up liking it. I don't think usually it'd be the kind of stuff that I listen to, and after smashing it for the last week, I love it. And I don't know, I just reckon the entire way through it just feels so concise, and it's it opens so well, ends so well, and everything in the middle is great. I think there's maybe like a couple of little weak moments, but even like the long, like even like Midnight Rambler, that's like what almost 7 minutes long, just is still awesome.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You're allowed to do it if you want.
Pull the trigger.
Okay.
You're allowed.
I think I'm gonna have to toss it on. I'm kind of in between a 9 and an 8, and I'm actually probably gonna have to toss it up to a 9.
Decent.
Go.
I didn't think that I would, but here we are.
I thought you were leading towards the big double digits then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The maximum.
that'd be crazy. I'd be writing an article.
Yeah.
Sick.
Nice.
I liked this album. I liked it a lot. I liked it way more the more I listened to it. At first, it was okay, but I liked it heaps more. I'll be hesitant to give it another spin soon after this. It doesn't seem as like timeless to me as some of the Beatles track, but as an album, it's just better. It's more whole and complete. So I was actually thinking 7, but now I'm thinking 8. But I think I like the Beatles album more still, so I'm gonna go 7.
Decent.
Mm-hmm.
Bradley.
I think that's kind of similar to me. I think just for my like listening pleasure, I'll be going over Let It Be over Let It Bleed. But yeah, as an album, it's sick. I think I would go towards something like, I just not really blues, sort of rocky blues. I'd rather listen to like The Doors or like Led Zeppelin or something. It's more like rock.
Yeah.
So, and like, yeah, I think a 7 feels 7 big old slugs of coke. Sounds good. So we'll go with that. They're big ones. They're not small.
I'm going against you, boys. I'm going to 9 on this one.
Whoa.
Yeah, 9 big fat lines of coke that Keith Richards is snorting in the middle of a show. I reckon it's like, I don't know. I'm a bit biased. This is my favorite Rolling Stones album, and Let It Be is by far not my favorite Beatles album, so it's unbalanced for me. But it's just so much cooler to me.
Very cool.
Maybe
I know
because
you
I
mean.
have watched all these Martin Scorsese movies, so every time I listen to it, I just feel like a loose unit.
And you're having a good time.
Yeah, it's just so unbelievably, and for the time,
Yeah.
like no one was doing this, like so sexual and like just wild. I reckon
Yeah.
It is wild.
it's
a vibe.
unbelievable for that, and also considering they were they were the second biggest act on the planet, and they were still doing this, like, you know, massive songs like Midnight Rambler, and then the horniest track ever, like Let It Bleed. That's pretty
Crazy
like
track.
outrageous.
Absurd.
And
Horniest track ever until Justin Timberlake came along.
yeah, I'm sure justified by Justin Timberlake.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Give Me Shelter and Can't Always Get What You Want. I like both those tracks better than the Beatles track, so I would say, yeah, it's a 9 for me.
That's such a good opener and closer combo.
It's crazy.
It's so good. Interesting. Very interesting. The Beatles' Let It Be gets 33 out of 40. It beats Let It Bleed 32 out of 40. Another
Whoa.
1 pointer.
Nice.
Oh
Hey,
my God.
this season,
So
season
close.
three's been nothing but close calls and a few ties in there as well.
Jeez.
That was
Well,
nearly another
hey.
tie.
I thought it was
Damn.
good. Yeah, there you go. Wild.
Decent.
I reckon.
Is that what you thought was going to win coming in until you listened to the albums more, Benny? Is that what you were thinking the Beatles were going to win? Or
Oh yeah, for sure. I think yeah.
you
But
go.
even like myself, like I like Let It Bleed was just way better than I thought it would be, and I'm like that kind of like the country blues sort of thing is not usually my kind of thing. I feel like I don't know. I probably would be the same as you and not go back to it too quickly. But when I do, I reckon I'll be heaps into it when I do.
What do you reckon Josh would have picked? Like,
Josh would have been on the Beatles 10 out of 10 guaranteed, and it would have been no
Good on him.
questions, no nothing, and
God love him.
Yeah, and then it would have been probably Rolling Stones on 5 or something.
That man
Yeah,
likes the Beatles, that's for sure.
it's cool that was actually pretty close. Yeah, shout out to Josh. Benny, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much
Yeah,
for having us on,
of course.
boys.
That was a
We
great
want to
chat.
have you on for
Thank
a
you.
while. It's been great to finally get you on
Oh.
the pod.
Long time listener, love it.
Yeah, I know, we love it. Oh, also, here's quick. Have you seen the movie Yesterday? Like the Beatles.
Nah, I haven't.
Type.
Yes, I have.
What did you like it, Benny?
It was alright. It was.
Yeah. It was a cool
I don't
concept.
know, yeah, cool concept, but a bit like I don't know.
I
Badly
liked it.
done.
I think I enjoyed it. It was very much like a movie. It
Yeah.
wasn't-
Have you seen
Yeah.
Across the Universe?
I actually
Is that
haven't.
like
Is that the?
That's worth
Is
a
that the-
watch.
What is
It's
that?
like-
Is that the documentary? Or is
No,
that-
it's a full movie, and they used like the Beatles characters. Like Jude is the main character, and Lucy is the girl that he's with.
Bloody
You
hell,
know?
your band's got to be so big to
crazy.
have movies like that. hey?
There's like
true.
every
That's
character
insane.
is a song basically, and they're
Yeah.
like, it's so good.
Have you guys seen
I think
Yellow
it got panned at the
Submarine?
time. I think people hated it, but I love that
True.
movie.
What was that, Benny?
Have you guys seen Yellow Submarine?
I have. It is cooked. And
Crazy. I watched it as a
loved
kid and I
it.
was like, this is sweet. And then watching it these days, I'm like, what?
Yeah. I reckon
cannot-
it's just like
yeah.
it is.
Oh, it's
so,
amazing.
It's like animation, but
Mm,
it's like stop art animation. It's really weird, eh?
mm.
So sick.
It's crazy. It's actually
And it's
crazy to watch.
heaps
Yeah.
cooked.
Very,
Yeah.
very cooked.
Very cooked. And it's
Very-
great.
Very
Anyway.
cooked. Yeah, radio. Cool. Hey, next week on the show, episode 40. That's insane. We have our first 2-time guest. That's right. Cody Stebbings from Sydney band Down for Tomorrow's back. He's back with a vengeance. And he's bringing on Yours Truly, their album that came out last year called Self-Care, and Stand Atlantic, their album that also came out last year, Pink Elephant, 2 Sydney pop punk bands.
Sick.
Should be pretty cool. I haven't
Cody's
sat
back.
down and listened to these 2 albums. I don't think. I've
Yeah, I
heard the
don't really
singles
know.
off both.
Yeah, this is singles. Yeah.
But it should be pretty cool. Produced by Stevie Knight, who will also be on in a couple of weeks, but we'll get there soon.
Well, sneak peek.
Sneak
Nice.
little peek of our freaking cane. All right, we're gonna wrap this one
We're
up.
done.
Beatles win. Go check out all of Rum Jungle's shit if you haven't already,
Yes.
because they got some new stuff coming out. It's gonna be fire, baby. It's gonna be freaking fire. Can't wait. All right, lads. Enjoy
Thanks,
your night.
boys. Thank you very
All
much.
right,
I'll
bye
see you
now.
next week. Thanks, Benny. See you later.